Hey guys, welcome back to Drip and Farm 4 Product. Drip Coach dropping knowledge bombs on all Drip ecosystem related projects. And Safuu Go is quickly for me becoming a Drip related ecosystem project, or a Drip ecosystem project. You know what I mean? And the reason I bring it up is because ironically we just had the launch of Safuu Go, the failed launch, I might add. And although it failed spectacularly, I'm actually still even maybe more so excited about it because of the way that he handled it. So again, I don't know much about Brian and all the stuff that he got into previously, but the more I see what he's doing, the more I am agreeing with what I've heard from other people in the space that he does know his marketing. And if you watch this opening trailer, he does a great job. Well, this is stuff he'd already done, but marketing Safuu by slapping on sports cars and race cars and on yachts and just a lot of viral marketing stuff. And at the end of the day, that's what's going to be needed to get your brand kind of front and center of normie investors. They did this with NFT hype back in 2021. It was some NFTs on Times Square and stuff like that. So it's not going to get people to just go buy it, but what it does is it puts it kind of front of mind. So from what I'm seeing, I do like what I'm seeing from him and what he's doing. Now, granted, again, his Safuu Go launched a couple hours ago, and it is now paused and has to be redone because there was a problem with cells. So it launched spectacularly and shot off through the moon. I think up to like 16,000 or so. And then as you see here, it says the pair has 0 cells, which might be a sign of a honeypot. So honeypot is when you basically the contract says you can't sell. But he jumped in the chat along with his dev, and they cleared up. Apparently there was a routing issue on the PancakeSwap router, and what they're going to do is basically send all the tokens back and give everybody back the original Safuu tokens that they had. So all you lost was your time, and some people lost some Safuu Go. But there was one big person that purchased Safuu for really cheap. I think he said it was the first 25,000 and got it for like $58,000. And at the peak right now, let's actually see what that would be if he could sell. So you got 25, 1, 2, 3 times 16, 1, 2, 3. That's $400 million, and that would just like devastate the entire pool. So he said someone, I don't know if it's this one or the 10,000 or whatever, but anyway, somebody was able to front run the contract. So, and he said inevitably, obviously, they would have dumped, which I would if I made 50 grand and or spent 50 grand and got 100. He said 158 grand, 158 million. I'm sorry. I would definitely dump those tokens. And he said that in the AMA that obviously people would have thought it was him. Naturally, I would think so as well. So this is actually kind of quote unquote a blessing in disguise. Granted, a lot of people are pissed off. I didn't get into it. I was just sitting on silence. I told you guys just watching to see what happens. But this video is kind of just a way to just acknowledge what's going on over there. And I'm still very, very curious. And I'm going to highlight a couple of reasons why, because in this video he made a couple days before this launch, he mentioned Drip again in this video, as well as it's actually in the white paper. So it has to make you wonder why he is specifically mentioning Drip in more than one occasion, more than one place. So that's why I'm kind of excited to see. I've already showed you guys they have way more holders than us, and his marketing clearly worked because I knew nothing about this. And then now I went and purchased some Safuu, so vintage Safuu. So it got me in. So I'm hoping the reverse can happen for us because he keeps talking about Drip, and this guy gives 156,000 people in Safuu, and gotta imagine that a lot of them don't know about Drip, but he keeps talking about it. So hopefully we launch Triple D, and some of them are like, hey, what's this Drip about? Like, let's go see. So we're gonna examine a couple of those pieces in here. So this is the his opening. He talks about there's gonna be $125 million that he is putting up himself. That's what Safuu Go will be worth in liquidity once all the pairs are allocated. And so there's gonna be more than 500 pairs. So he's basically trying to partner or add liquidity to any token on the PancakeSwap Binance Smart Chain that has a decent track record. So like he said, 4 months or longer. And we'll get into why that's going to work, or why it's an aggressive tactic, or whatever you want to call it, after we listen to a couple clips real quick. So in this one, he's talking about marketing and community adoption. So let's take a listen at that.
We're building out something that has true utility and that you will see direct price appreciation of Esco for. So community adoption, guys, yes, we're tapping into established communities. So if you put yourself into my mindset, right, I like to make my money go a long way, all right? So if I don't need to put in as much money as what others would need to, which means that all I need to do is tap into existing communities, which have been there for months or years on end, and they have a large following and have large Discord communities and Twitter and all this. If we can tap into that at literally next to a zero cost, I mean, obviously it's costing me with LP, right? But it's next to zero cost for marketing directly. Like there's no marketing dollars directly spent apart from my time and effort on these live streams and doing what I do behind the scenes, right? But it is community adoption. So the more we can adopt these community members in, all right, let's say if we reach out to 500 Discord communities and each one has 10,000, members. How many members do you think of that we can convert into our own Safuu Go ecosystem in Discord, right? Think of the potential here. How many users that we'll actually get from this? It is absolutely huge, guys. Next.
And that's speaking volumes and resonates with me because I keep stressing that crypto is community and collaboration over competition. So that's what I'm trying to do in the smaller Drip network with this crypto ranch project, is get all of these content creators and get them together so that we can focus our energy on one singular project. But he's talking about kind of the same thing, getting all of these different communities to partner with and not getting permission from them. He's just going to go buy their token off the blockchain, that anybody can do, and then partner with his and create arbitrage opportunities. Like that is super smart. It's either going to work really, really well or it's going to fail horribly. But either way, it's some awesome information to digest and learn if you're willing to humble yourself and learn from other people that are doing things in the space. Let's listen to this next piece.
Opening up DeFi and other avenues. So from week 3, you will have Drip. Everyone, I'm sure of our own Safuu Go community is aware of Drip, who they are. They've been around for a couple of years with Forex Shark. Their token price isn't doing well at the moment. So we want to partner with that and try to bolster some action and help them out while helping out our own ecosystem, right? But it's more importantly is tapping into their network, tapping into their community and bringing on more users. So
again, facts. So I think it's going to work better for us than it is for him, to be honest, because again, he has the larger community, but he sees the potential. Like that is just super smart. So he's willing to put his money where his mouth is and put these tokens up on his platform and then call them out. And again, like I said, showed you the numbers, showed you the volume. So it's clear there's more people in Safuu than there is in Drip. You can argue it all you want to, but the volume per day for this entire year and their token price, net volume, clearly shows that there's more people over there. And off of this recent launch, there's a lot in there as well. So I think it'll be better for us versus more people from Drip going to Safuu, to be honest. So, but we'll see, because the ones that I know of are already in Safuu, and the others that are not, they're polarized and don't want to get into it because they think it's a scammer or whatever the case may be. So I think there's more free-thinking individuals on the Safuu side, to be honest. So I'm looking forward to see what it does for the drip prices. And the next piece, let's see, is the Go network marketing he starts talking about. Let's see, that's around 18. Here we go.
With already large communities. And the power of the Go network, guys. I've already mentioned this, but global awareness. This is the key. To literally spend next to no marketing dollars, but on board all these projects through mainly word of mouth. And if you're not accustomed to the marketing kind of industry or advertising industry, it's a well-known saying, which is word of mouth is the best advertising. It doesn't matter if it's negative word of mouth. We all know that I've been hounded by negative FUD from day one when Safuu got launched, right? Massive amounts of FUD, total negativity. Anybody that wasn't in my position would have just left the project in the first week, drained the liquidity, rugged everyone, or just walked away because they couldn't handle the pressure. I thrive in the pressure, whether it's negative or whether it's positive word of mouth. It is great word of mouth because it's free word of mouth. So that's marketing at its very finest. Global awareness, community.
And mic drop on that one. I've said this multiple times on here as well. There's no such thing as bad press. It's just an old saying. And that's clearly someone who gets marketing. They understand it. That's how I know that the cult-like following that we have in the drip community, the very small few, like I said, less than 2-3%, that get upset whenever you say something critical about Forex or the drip ecosystem. They have no idea about marketing, nor do they have a foundation to stand on. Here's a person clearly, again, that got drugged through the mud, and his project is doing just fine. Even with this recent FUBAR fiasco, let me pull that up. It literally crapped the bed, and it's already bounced back. So people clearly thought, or not, they thought one thing, probably like Brian, rugged or was going to do something with it or whatever the case may be. So a lot of people were dumping their tokens after this failed launch, and rightfully so. If you make all these plans and get up and do all this stuff and it doesn't work out. So it got all the way up to $2. And then we had, of course, you sell the news, right? So it launched, and then nobody was able to. So here's where the launch was, somewhere in here. And then nobody was able to sell the Esco tokens. So naturally, they just get out of the project. They're like, the hell with this, we're out. But then Brian made an announcement in his Discord, him and his dev, and you got people buying back in. So regardless of the negative FUD or whatever that's out there, if you have someone that's willing to get out in front of it and address it head on within, to the community, and so far it looks like that's what he's doing, then people just support it. So that's why I don't get why we are not allowed to be critical in the drip ecosystem. Here's case in point of someone thriving in it and it not having negative price action on their token. They went down to 0.009 and they're still up at like a 12,000 to 16,000 X from there. Even with this latest FUBAR of a launch, like that just tells you how supportive that entire community is. Like he even said it in his Discord. He's like, it was a shit show. And he's like, yeah, we screwed up. But that's the thing, a good leader will get out there and own it. He didn't blame anybody else. He said it was him. They messed up. They overlooked the whatever happened with the routing or something like that, and they're going to fix it. Like, you can't help but support that. Now, if something else happens later and, he does rug or does something, like, okay, cool, that's then. But right now, token price and people's sentiment is shown here in the charts. So there's still people clearly support this. And he said it could be like a week next week, or it could be weeks from now. So who knows how long this will actually take to get fixed. But again, I'm using this as a learning opportunity. Like I'm watching on the sidelines, watching what he's doing and how he is collaborating with these other, what do you call these projects, with or without their permission. And then we will see how that shapes up. Because I believe, as I said, crypto is community, and DeFi means there's no central point of contact for anything. It means everyone kind of takes up the mantle on their own. So that means if this is successful, or even if it's not, I'll be able to learn what is necessary so that I believe I can help the people that align with me move forward for the support of the drip ecosystem in that regard of what that vision is for those types of people, because I believe it can thrive and survive without centralized control personally. And this is going to be my proof of concept. And last but not least, as I mentioned, he mentioned good old drip community again in the white paper. So come over to their Git book, and he talks about one of the benefits of the Esco global arbitrage system. By adding other partner tokens, Esco is exposed to more communities beyond Safuu. For example, Drip is a launch partner. He didn't get permission from that. And supporters of Drip can now directly participate in the Esco ecosystem using tokens that they already own. Boom! Esco just added new utility to our partner tokens, 100%. So that's why I'm curious to see what happens. Now, this won't be in effect until, like he said, week 3. And now that could be like week 6, depending on how they have to fix this, how long it takes, because they have to actually give everybody back their liquidity as well. But what that ends up doing is you have Safuu, and then you have Esco, and then you'll have Esco with all these other partner tokens. So like, let's just say this is Drip, this is EMP, and this is Elephant, for example. So you'll be able to look around and say, okay, who's got the cheapest Safuu? And then you can use that partner token to pair with, and then you can then make those rewards or get in there or whatever. And then you can look for another opportunity somewhere else to see where that partner token can be sold for a higher profit, or you can split that LP and, or just continue mining, I guess you could say, or not mining, but staking in that LP pair. So you're able to move around and arbitrage, and then there's just a small arbitrage, a small tax on the token that benefits the entire ecosystem. So the token has like a 1.5% tax. So it's meant to be arbitraged, like sold back and forth. Hence why he's pairing it with so many different tokens. So like he mentioned in the AMA, if you're a day trader, this is a swing trader, day trader, this is like a dream come true, because there's so many opportunities, because that Esco pair is paired with so many different things. So it'll be interesting to see. That's all I can say. So that's all I got. So if you're sitting on the sidelines, I definitely recommend watching and monitoring this to see how it goes. And now we got some additional time, but from $1 to $16,000 is a pretty sizable launch. Granted, it shot that high because people couldn't sell. But we will see what happens when it's relaunched. So that will be the true testament to find out how their community rallies. So I'm definitely gonna still be keeping an eye on it. So I just want to share that with you guys, and to me, share how someone addresses FUD and failed projects, and how a community can support that if given the opportunity to do so. So it's always better to be transparent, honest, upfront, and not wait, a week or two after a failed launch and then address things. Or like in this case, he had a bot, he addressed that within like minutes, so I like those features and attributes of people in charge. So that's all I got. Hope that provides value. If it did, smash that HBO special, help a brother out, like, subscribe, comment down below, and until next time, lift daily and achieve your impossible.
Want to pay your in real life bills with crypto? How about send crypto directly to anyone with a bank account? Forex Finance is a decentralized solution to be your own bank and connect your crypto earnings to real world bills and payments. It even takes custody of assets and allows support on multiple blockchains and Web3 wallets. Sign up below using my referral link and you will get $50 back when you make your first $50 bill payment with crypto. Additionally, I will use a referral bonus to airdrop, donate, or earn based on community feedback. Sign up now.